Welcome to this explainer. Look, whether you're vetting a potential business partner, digging into your family's genealogy, or just trying to handle a personal legal issue, having access to public court records is absolutely a fundamental right. But finding Lehigh County records online? Yeah, it's not always as simple as just typing a name into a search bar. It can be super confusing and, frankly, shockingly expensive. But today, we're basically handing you the ultimate treasure map to the Lehigh court system. Let's get right into it.
Have you ever tried to look up a court record only to smack right into a $300 paywall? It is literally one of the most frustrating experiences when you're doing public research. You know this information is public, you know it's supposed to be accessible, but the second you try to click into a major civil case or a family court record in Lehigh County, bam, you're hit with a hefty local subscription fee. I mean, nobody wants to be locked out of vital legal history just because they don't have an extra $300 lying around. But stick with me here because I'm going to show you exactly how to bypass those local fees completely legally and get the exact judicial records you need.
Okay, so here's our roadmap for today. We're going to cover 1. Why public records matter, 2. The Free State Portal, 3. Navigating the local paywall, 4. Pro search tips and tricks, 5. Alternative free search options, and finally 6. Our recap and legal disclaimer.
All right, Section 1. Why public records matter, or really, uncovering the past.
So accessing the judicial system's files is a fundamental right? It empowers us as citizens. Whether you're a self-represented litigant getting ready for a case, an amateur genealogist trying to trace a relative from decades past, or maybe a freelance journalist investigating a local business dispute, these records are your foundation. They give you the verified, undeniable facts of what went down in a courtroom. But, well, here's the villain of our story. While you have a total right to view these files under Pennsylvania's public access policy, the system you actually have to navigate is bifurcated. It's like a giant puzzle split into two completely distinct, confusing paths. One's run by the state, and the other is run locally by the county. Knowing which path to take, that is absolutely the most crucial step before you even start searching.
And this perfectly illustrates that split. Notice the stark difference in costs here. On the top row, you've got the PAUJS portal. That one handles criminal cases, traffic tickets, and minor civil disputes. And the best part? It's completely free online. But look at the bottom row. The Lehigh Odyssey portal handles major civil actions, divorce, child custody, and probate. If you want to access that online from your living room, they're going to charge the general public $300 a year, or you have to go to the courthouse. So let's conquer the free, easy route first.
Which brings us to Section 2, the Free State Portal, the easy route. So, when you're looking for criminal dockets or lower court decisions in Lehigh County, the Pennsylvania Unified Judicial System, or just the UJS, is going to be your best friend. This centralized database aggregates case listings from all across the Commonwealth, and it lets you search, view, and print case docket sheets for free, literally zero cost. The key here is just following these exact steps at ujsportal.pccourts.us. You don't even need an account. Just go to the search page, hit the drop-down, and select participant name. Then, definitely enter Lehigh in the county box, otherwise you're searching the entire state of Pennsylvania, which is way too broad. Next, pick your docket type, like criminal. Hit search, and when your results pop up, just click that little document icon on the right side. Boom! It instantly downloads a complete free PDF of the docket sheet.
Now what if you're searching for a super common name, like John Smith? You might get hundreds of hits. Here's a quick, empowering pro tip. Use the portal's built-in filters. If you happen to know the person's exact date of birth, plugging that in will instantly isolate the precise individual you're looking for. You can also filter by case status, so you only see active, closed, or inactive cases. It is a massive time saver for sure.
All right, Section 3. Navigating the local paywall, or as I like to call it, the insider hack.
Okay, so we've covered the easy state records. But what if you actually need major civil files? Maybe a divorce decree or an estate probate? Well, those are housed locally on the Odyssey case management system. And here is that daunting number again, $300. Unless you happen to be an active member of the Pennsylvania Bar Association, they get free access, of course, the general public is asked to pay a $300 yearly subscription fee for online records access. And it's not even a quick setup. It involves filling out forms and actually mailing a physical check to the fiscal office. I mean, that's a huge barrier if you just need to look up 1 or 2 civil records.
But here's the great news. You absolutely do not have to pay that fee.
The free hack is actually really simple. Just take a trip to the Lehigh County Courthouse. It's located at 455 West Hamilton Street in Allentown. You're going to head straight to the Clerk of Judicial Records Civil Division in room 122. If you go during standard business hours, that's Monday through Friday 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., you can just log into their public terminals as a guest. And you can view that entire local Odyssey database completely free of charge. You get the exact same access as that expensive online subscription, just right there in the courthouse.
Now, while you're sitting there at that free terminal, you might realize, hey, I actually need hard copies for my files. Here's another insider tip to save you some cash. If you print the pages yourself directly at the self-service terminal, it's just $0.25 a page. But if you walk up to the counter and ask the clerk to print those exact same pages for you, the price jumps to $1 per page. So yeah, always use the self-service printing.
Moving right along to Section 4, Pro Search Tips and Tricks. Let's talk about beating the database syntax.
Okay, so even on that free terminal, the local Odyssey database can be incredibly finicky. It has super strict syntax rules. If you type something even slightly wrong, it's going to tell you the record doesn't exist, even when it totally does. So here is your absolute secret weapon, the wildcard search. If you aren't 100% sure how a first or last name is spelled in their system, or maybe you only know part of a case number, just type the first 3 characters followed immediately by an asterisk. So for example, typing SMI asterisk will pull up Smith, Smiley, Smirnov, the whole shebang. It completely bypasses human spelling errors made during data entry and pretty much guarantees you pull up all possible matches. Section 5. Alternative free search options. Time to expand the hunt.
You know, sometimes the info you need isn't sitting neatly in a main docket. So before you even get in your car to drive down to Allentown, check out a couple of other free online resources Lehigh County offers. First up is the Landex web store. If you're doing property or genealogical research, Landex gives you free online index logs for deeds, mortgages, and property maps dating literally all the way back to 1812. You only pay if you actually want to print the official document, but searching the index itself, totally free. Second, check out the County Court Opinions page. That gives you free access to published, written rulings by common pleas judges. Honestly, you can often read the entire narrative of a major civil case just by reading the judge's free online opinion. It's a fantastic way to completely bypass the local paywall.
All right, Section 6, Recap and Legal Disclaimer. Let's wrap this whole thing up.
Let's bring all this info together. My goal here is for you to walk away ready to start your own public records investigation confidently and efficiently. So to recap this explainer, first, let the case type dictate your path. If it's criminal or traffic, go straight to the Free State UJS portal online. If it's major civil, divorce, or probate, you're dealing with the local Odyssey system. To bypass that $300 paywall, just visit the free public terminals at the courthouse during regular business hours. And remember, when you're searching that database, leverage that 3-letter wildcard trick with the asterisk so you never miss a record just because of a silly typo.
Now, before you start searching, please keep this quick legal disclaimer in mind. The information in this explainer is for educational purposes only. Laws, access policies, and fees in Lehigh County can, and definitely do, change. Always verify your findings with official county sources. Also, pulling a court summary report is absolutely not a substitute for an official Pennsylvania State Police criminal history background check, especially if you're doing it for employment purposes. And of course, if you have specific legal questions about what you find in these records, definitely consult a qualified attorney.
You now have the ultimate roadmap to beating the paywalls, navigating this bifurcated system, and accessing the public records that rightfully belong to you. The tools are right there, just waiting to be used. So armed with your new search syntax and your courthouse hacks, what hidden history are you going to uncover today? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and happy searching.